you have any questions? And I hope I can answer them if you do.
Well, I just want to say thank you for this, because family engagement and community engagement are hot topics in all of our minds, I know, and seeing this is really affirming that you're doing the things that we know are important. So thank you.
Thank you.
We'll keep the good times rolling here with Mr. Bonner. Is that right? Oh, I skipped. Nope. Sarah first. Central Oregon Regional Crisis Management Team. Dr. Johnson.
So we are very fortunate here in Central Oregon to have partners across the region who sweep in and support districts and schools when we face a crisis. And this has been a long tradition. Actually, it's a support system that was put together in the, under Paul Andrews' leadership in the last, I don't know, 5 to 7 years. And so we really just appreciate so much how when there's something big happening in the region, we have counselors, school psychologists, and people trained to work with students, to work with staff, and to come in and support. So tonight we have asked 3 gentlemen to be here tonight. When we experienced a fire, a family experienced a fire not very long ago. Rex Allison, would you come up, and Jim Bowen and Matt Montgomery. But Rex was in taking care of his family down in, it was New Mexico, right? And so I got a hold of, it was on the weekend, and I got a hold of Rex, and within hours, the whole region was preparing to come in and support Crook County School District. And then we had all the people from Crooked River that were putting together plans, but Heather supported. And then by the time that everyone came back to school on Monday, there was a team of people there, a safe room, and just an impressive amount of support available for children and staff all through the day. And as you know, it was a very difficult event and tragedy that that school went through, and we just simply couldn't have made it without the regional team. And then it was just a few days later that we had an emergency at the high school. And again, ESD called me and asked, do you need help? And I said, we'd handled everything, but then it came Monday, and we really weren't sure how people were going to be processing it. So just want to recognize the Central Oregon Regional Crisis Management Team for their outstanding support, and especially for Rex in being a leader in that and helping communicate and set up a plan, for Jim Bowen for the regional leadership, and then Matt for just being boots on the ground immediately on that Monday. So we want to present this to you in appreciation for your support of Cook County kids and families. Staff. When you guys want to talk?
I would just like to say one thing, that what really impressed me was the way the community responded, and the strength of an organization is, what do they do when the times get tough? And you guys stepped it up. The internal response that you guys put together as a district was key on how that day went. So great job. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, Mr. Bonner, we will hear about our fall sports. And in case anyone's here with a public comment, please get a card for that and get it here to our board secretary, Heather. We call for those before public comments begin, so get those in. Go ahead.
Hello, thank you for having me. So I get to talk about an amazing fall effort. We have a sports team and a coach here. The volleyball team is here. I'm going to speak about them last, so they could stay up there for a second, and then we'll bring them down and honor them. Other sports would like to be here as well, but cross country is having their awards banquet tonight, so they're honoring themselves that way. And then winter sports have started, so there's a lot of coaches that are now on to the next sport, and it's kind of hard to get people here. So let me start. I have a lot of data here, so I wrote it down. I'm going to read so I don't miss anything. 236 athletes in fall. That's up 30 athletes from last year's fall, which is, I know, a goal of the board to get people engaged. So we're really extremely excited about the number of athletes that we've had. In those 236 athletes were divided among 6 competing sports: cross country boys and girls, football, soccer boys and girls, and volleyball. With those 6 sports teams, 4 out of 6 were academic all-state for 4A division. So 4 out of 6 is a great number. Cross-country girls placed 6 out of the top 10 with a combined effort of 3.74. Football placed 4th with a 3.36 average. Soccer girls placed 6th with a 3.74 GPA. And volleyball placed 9th with a 3.69. So again, our academic efforts were amazing. I'm very proud of that. Out of the 4 or 6 teams that we had, 4 of those, actually 3 of those, 4 of them qualified for state, and we brought home 3 state trophies. So out of the 6 teams going, 50% of them brought home state hardware, which is excellent. Cross country placed 3rd at the 4A OSAA state championships, and the girls, and the boys also placed 3rd at the state championships. And coming off of districts, our ladies came from behind and tied for 1st, and then won the tie-break criteria. So our ladies were district champions, and our boys placed 2nd behind a very tough the Dalles team. And so for both teams to qualify for the state tournament was excellent, and we went up as team and got to watch that, and then to watch them come across in the fashion they did and both place 3rd is an experience I haven't had before. So to watch that was very cool. Football made it to the state playoffs, and it's been a little while since we've done that. Went down to Henley. We were leading at halftime. Very gritty team. It's a tough place to play, and the Henley Hornets are very good. So we dropped that one, and that was hard. But for the team to get there, I'm very, very excited about them. And volleyball, I'll speak to in a second. Our girls team, we had some team honors. 2nd team all-conference, McKenna Duran. 2nd team all-conference, Emily Ruiz, forward. And a 2nd team all-conference, Harper Smith. We're excited for what's going on there. Those ladies are coming back. Soccer isn't something we talk about a lot in Crook County yet. That's coming. So it's gonna change both on the boys and girls side of things. Honorable mention was Paige Stewart as a goalkeeper. So those girls are coming back. We're very excited. Boys soccer. 2nd team all-conference was Andre Rosales, central midfielder, and honorable mention was Jacob Miller. So again, with the boys, young team, we're doing some great things there. We're competing, and I cannot wait for that. Another group that I haven't talked about a lot is cheerleading, and I have a lot of cool things to say about them. This is the first time that they're competing at the OSAA level, so they've had 1 competition, and we look forward to some more. Shriners All-Star Game. Alex Molina and Ria Ghana were invited to cheer at the Shriners. I haven't had that in my experience here. So they represented CCHS and West team. Cheer Camp 2022, Crook County had 13 All-American nominations between varsity and JV, a record high for the past decade or longer. 3 varsity members were awarded All-American, Alex Molina, Ria Ghana, and Tayden Shores. JV received a technical excellence plaque for quickly mastering stunting skills. So this is a group, both JV and varsity, that you're going to hear a lot about in the future, and I'm very excited about that. They were also awarded the President's Award at the 2022 Crooked River Roundup Parade. So they're representing us in the summer and fall and winter. So extremely proud of them. Any questions so far? All right. Volleyball, could you please come up here? So this is a special year for me to be able to watch. And again, a lot of these ladies are in a winter sport, so not everybody could be here. But this tournament, I'll get to the state tournament in a second. The Tri-Valley League Awards. First team all-conference, McKenny Jonas, middle blocker. First team all-conference, JC Villastrigo, libero. Second team all-conference, JC Ramos, setter. Second team all-conference, Lila Mae Brumble, middle blocker. And third team all-conference, Joanne McKinnon, outside hitter. At the state tournament, we were the fourth place team overall. First team all-tournament, Mackenzie Jonas. And second team all-tournament, JC Ramos and JC Villastrigo. So an amazing effort there at the state tournament. That fourth place trophy was one of the coolest things I've seen as the athletic director. We won our first round state playoffs at home. We go to Springfield High School, where we have the #1 seed in Marshfield, and Marshfield is a very, very tough team. I know some people on that team, the parents and whatnot, and they were very proud of their girls, as they should be. They didn't really know who we were, and they know now. We took them to 5 sets, and their eyes were big, and they were nervous, and we had an amazing effort, and we came up just a little short. But to watch these girls play was, and the coach's coach was second to none for me. And then we came back and had an amazing tournament. And to me, the match of the game of the tournament was when we beat Henley for fourth place. It was amazing. Come from kind of behind, but it was great. And I love watching these girls and the grit that they had. And then we go and win the sportsmanship award as well. If you remember, a year ago, we won that in basketball when we went to Corvallis, and then we won it again for volleyball. So I'm very, very proud of this group. I'm proud of Coach. She didn't want me to talk about it, but Christy Struck has resigned as head coach, and it should be hard to fill, but she's still around. She's working with the club group, and she's always here for her ladies, and I know that. So please join me in congratulating her for a great season and 16 years, 14 years, 16 years she's been with the Cowgirls. So Christy Struck and the Cowgirls. So Coach Struck hates to talk, so if you guys could ask her questions, I would love that. Come here. I'm sure they have someday.
Hi. Do you want me to introduce these lovely ladies? Joanne McKinnon, Callie Weinberger, JC Villastrigo, Lily Mae Brumble, and Anona Marsh, and all of them will be back next year to represent the Cowgirls.
So I understand Marshfield lost 2 sets at the state tournament. Anybody know who beat them?
That's a really good team. I'm sorry. See, Rob. It's a really good team. I think they lost 5 sets all year. So most of their league play and their tournament play was 3 and out or 2 and out. So for us to come in, the game plan, and the girls believed it, and we're sitting up there watching the championship game. A couple girls turned out to me. They're not even serving to the right spot. Our girls knew what to serve, where to serve, who to keep the ball away from. They understand the game, and it was a great Sure.
Okay, you're off the hook.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Do you have any questions for me?
Fantastic. We'll let you off the hook after 16 years, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you,
Way to
guys.
go, girls. Stacy Smith is going to tell us about the Welcome Center.
Thank you, Board of Directors. I have two very special people I'd like to introduce you to. On the left is Daisy Acevedo. On the right is Jazz Orozco. I'm surprised Jazz didn't get up with the volleyball presentation. She's an ex-Crook County High volleyball player. These two ladies make up the staff on our Welcome Center, and they do a fantastic job, and they're extremely helpful. Some of the things they do, first of all, they are responsible for keeping all of the records for any families in the Crook County School District who may need language assistance. In other words, moms and dads who are not native English speakers. And it's not just Spanish, even though these two are biliterate in Spanish and very helpful, and that is the biggest demand. But we also have had Chinese. What are some of the other languages we've helped with? Cantonese. And that's a native language. Okay. So as you can imagine, these people are extremely valuable to us when we have language barriers. So they provide language assistance to any family who aren't native language speakers. They keep records of every family that requires language assistance. They provide translation and interpretation throughout the school, translation to an extensive list of school documents such as school and teacher newsletters. They translate board policy. They translate cafeteria menus, emergency communication for parents. Jason will call on them when he needs help with translations for the district. And their busiest times, I think, are during registration and during school conferences because they provide interpretation for that as well. I also am going to offer my personal thanks to Jazz when we had such a robust summer school program and realized that some of our families that were going to take part were not native English speakers. I asked Jazz if she could provide that service over the summertime, late notice in the spring. Jazz says absolutely, be happy to step up. They're both that kind of people. So I want to honor them tonight with recognition. Jasmine, there's yours. Daisy, here's yours. I told them you might have a couple questions, but I do want to honor them and say thank you for your service to the district. Thank you.
How many families are you dealing with at any one time?
For the secondary level, roughly about 50 to 60.
It's about the same number for the elementary level. 50 to
Across all the schools?
Yes.
And for the elementary, your office is here, and then
For the elementary,
you're
I'm
at the high
stationed here
school.
at Burns Butte, but I'm also help out Helena and Cricket River Elementary, and we also help each other back and forth whenever needed in the other schools, so we represent the whole school district, not just certain, elementary or secondary schools. We both communicate with each other and help out wherever needed.
That's great. Thank you for being such good partners with each other and for all of our kids. Anybody else? All right. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
We'll hear from Becky again, this time about the Hispanic Family Council.
I'm going to introduce you to Mary Dugan, who is one of our ESL teachers, and she is going to tell you a little bit about our partnership.
Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure on behalf of the entire school district to be here tonight to formally recognize, three ladies and the organizations that they work for serving our community by supporting our Latino families, the children of those families who then are our students. This district is very appreciative of the work that they do, and we value very much the partnerships that we have established. And so here with me tonight, I have a couple of ladies. I have three, but I think only two are here. With me right here is Ofelia Figueroa, and she is part of the Latino Community Association. And then we also have Rutila Galvan Rodriguez. Okay, come on, Rutila. And Jessica Sanchez Millar, who was unable to make it tonight because she's teaching a class. She's with the Early Learning Hub. So come ahead, Rutila, and we'll have you come on up. Most recently, we had our family culture night here at Barnes Butte, and both of these ladies came with their organizations, and we're here to answer questions and help our families, direct them to special services, and we're very, very appreciative of that. It makes our whole school community much stronger. So ladies, here are your awards. This is the first chance I've had to see them. Very nice. Okay. Okay.
I just wanted to also say, go ahead and give them their awards. Do you want to give them? I just wanted to say also, we really appreciate the partnership between these organizations and our school, and they help us out, and we hope that they know they can reach out to us too, in just mutual support back and forth. It's great to have partnerships with organizations in the community like these organizations.
Thank you. Before you go, how many families are participating in the Family Council?
Currently 28.
And how often do they get together? Do they have regular meetings?
Yeah, once a month. Sometimes twice a month. There's also a youth council with about 20 students. And then aside from that, we're also supporting through like the Juntos program. They're participating in that as well. So. Sorry. Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
And what types of issues are they addressing at the monthly meetings, or are they just gatherings to get together?
Part of the work that we do at Better Together, and I just have to stop and pause because we are partnered with the Early Learning Hub, so anything that we do, they come along and do it with us. And Brenda Kamini is also here. First to say that, but the whole purpose of the Family Council, we would like to say that we started this work ahead of it being told, here's how a new way to do family engagement. So anything from first building communities of trust within each other, so that they could also lean on each other. And that has just blossomed into, I think in the second month, they invited Dr. Johnson. She brought her whole team with her, and where there was a lot of celebration, there was a lot of truth-telling as well of here's what we can do better. And that's solidified a relationship now where this community feels we are valued here, we are seen here, and you all get all of the credit. And I tell Joel that all the time. Crook County is very unique in how you serve your communities and your families. And just to name one example, you all get to take the credit for having the largest Juntos cohort in the state. So that just goes to show that when the families feel safe in a community like this, they show up in support of their students.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thanks, Patty.
I can't believe you were hesitating to come up here. You had such great things to say. Thank you. looks like I get the honor of the next agenda item. You probably have heard us bragging for the past month about Dr. Johnson, but we had to brag some more tonight because I hear there's a fantastic video of our Superintendent of the Year for all of Oregon, Dr. Sarah Johnson. Do we have that video queued up?
Yeah, I have it on, but I really want to be sure to give credit to Olive and Blue. They donated the time and the work to do this. So,
Hi, I'm Sarah
it
Johnson.
goes to them.
And I'm the superintendent in Crook County School District in the beautiful Central Oregon area, a rural district. We have about 3,500 students, and we have an incredible team that delivers amazing service to kids. I'm very excited and proud and also very humbled to be selected as the Oregon Superintendent of the Year because I know how much people across this state, superintendents across this state, are pouring their heart and their lives into education. So it's a great honor to be selected to represent Oregon. I'm surrounded by a fabulous team of administrators, incredible teachers, incredible support staff. Everyone in this district pours everything into the success of every single student. That's why we have such high graduation rates. We're monitoring those students all the way through the system. And we know that each student brings a unique need when they come to school. And we are focused on meeting that student, not just the need, but the strength, and making this experience about the culture and the connections that they have in school. In a small community, we are a part of the community. Schools are the heart of the community. The activities that happen in school, that's happening in your community, and there's connections all throughout the community, right back to the heart of the community, which is our school. Our educators live and thrive in this community. Our staff members are a part of this